Guys, I present to you today the unwritten rules of cycling, aka how to not be a goddamn menace to society when you're out on your bike. Rule number one, guys, this is the scenario. You're a rider, you're going at 18 miles an hour, and the rider comes blowing by you, he's going 20, and you just jump on his wheel without telling him anything. All of a sudden, you're just sitting on his wheel like you guys went out for a ride together, or that he's your freaking teammate or whatever, and he's towing you around, doing all the work for you. Now, let me explain, guys. Besides the fact that this is pretty freaking annoying, and in my opinion, just a bit rude if someone does that without telling me, and all of a sudden I look back and there's like a biker or two sitting on my wheel, I'm like, just by jumping on this guy's wheel, you are literally obliging him to take charge of not only his safety, but of yours too, because you are the guy on his wheel. He needs to start pointing stuff out, thinking of you, the rider behind, that's going blindly in his slipstream, that is not able to see the open road ahead. So now his eyes are not only protecting himself and looking out for his own well-being, they're looking out for this random dude that just jumped on his wheel without saying shit to him. It's weird, it's dangerous, don't do it. Give him an ask, let him know, yo, mind if I jump on your wheel for a second, dog? 100% they're gonna say, absolutely, man, thank you for asking, let's mob, enjoy the slipstream. And then they're thinking of you. They know that you are sitting on their slipstream. They know that they have to take charge for a bit of your safety, your responsibility, point out stuff in the road, signal when they're gonna turn off, signal if there's a danger coming, because like I say, guys, you're sitting in that slipstream, you're totally blind. You're relying on them. Maybe all of a sudden he decides that he's gonna test out his brakes really quickly, and you're on his wheel and you smash into him, smash your bike, break his bike, possibly crash. Guys, if you don't make it known that you're sitting in their slipstream, they're not gonna know shit. They're not gonna have any idea. This has happened to me all the time. All of a sudden I look back and there's two riders on my wheel. I didn't even know. I'm listening to my podcast. I'm zoning out. I'm in my own world. I'm not thinking of these other people that are on my wheel, guys. Straight up, it's dangerous. Second one, guys, if you have the option, if there's an established shoulder or obviously a bike lane, do not ride in the middle of the freaking road. I see it all the time, guys. Here in Spain, we're really lucky. We have a lot of really good, nicely established shoulders, a lot of great bike lanes, and then I see a bunch of numbnuts riding most of the time two abreast in the middle of the freaking road. Just wreaking havoc, making all the drivers hate us as a cyclist collective more than they already do, guys. Don't freaking do that. If you have the option to get as far off the road as you can in that shoulder in that bike lane, it's not only safer for you, but it's going to cause way less hate towards us as a cyclist community. I see it all the time. People completely oblivious, just riding in the middle of the freaking road as if they literally own it, guys. Let's be real, guys. Those rights that are written in the law books don't mean shit when you're 6 feet under. And if you piss off enough drivers, maybe someday they're just gonna be like, to hell with these goddamn bikers, they've been bothering me all day. That's when they get hasty and end up doing a pass that's dangerous and ends up killing someone. That's what we wanna avoid. Do not anger the drivers if we have the option not to. Number 3, guys, for the love of God, if I wave to you, freaking wave back. Always wave at fellow cyclists. We're a bunch of people who are out in the nature, enjoying the nature, enjoying being outside and doing exercise. How dare you be so miserable that you clearly see me waving at you and you refuse to wave back? Honestly, this just pisses me off. Waving to a fellow cyclist, guys, is just raising the general level of hype that we have when we're out on the road. Like, we all love to have this feeling of, ooh, yeah, cycling, like, that's like butterflies in my stomach. When you have someone that's just out there miserable, just miserable, they're not waving back to you, just murders my vibe too. I'm trying to get hyped up, guys. I freaking love biking and you should too. Why are you out here doing it? If you're freaking miserable, go back and sit in your office and go back to work or something. Don't be bringing your bad vibes, your unwavingness. Don't be bringing your bad vibes out onto the road, guys. Straight up. Wave back to fellow cyclists. Straight and up. Fourth one goes pretty connected with my last point. Guys, we are a community out there. If you see someone who is clearly in despair on the side of the road, maybe their bike's flipped upside down because they're trying to do a bit of maintenance and they're over there tinkering with their bike and it's quite clear that that person might be a newcomer to the sport. They're not a professional mechanic yet. They might need a bit of help, guys. This is where you are gonna come in and offer them some help. Yo, y'all good? You need anything? Can I give you a hand there for a second? There have been a few times when that person in despair has been me, and I needed to rely on someone to come and help me, especially these newer cyclists to the community. It's a couple of minutes. In the end, it's not gonna ruin our vibe. It's not gonna murder our gains, guys. Give that hand to that fellow cyclist that's out there. At least offer them, yo, y'all good? You have all your tools? You mind giving me a pump really quick? Like mine broke or something like that. And you give it to them and you're on your way in 2 minutes. No harm done. And a shitload of positive vibes, positive community hype, and obviously anti-flat karma is coming your way. And the last one, guys, this is kind of a general point. Anything that you do as a cyclist is a reflection on every other human that rides a bike. The entire community, guys. So we always have to keep that in mind. If you're one of those cyclists that thinks they own the road, that thinks they have more rights than anyone else, that's doing whatever the hell they want, completely oblivious, you are just leaving a bad name on the entire community. And like I was mentioning, let's be real, cyclists are already a cause for major hatred. We are bothersome to drivers. When I go out driving and I see a cyclist, sometimes I am bothered by them, and I'm a freaking pro biker that spends my entire day out on the bike. We do not want to give ourselves more hate, guys, as a community. Anything that we can do to lessen the general hatred that we have coming towards us as a cycling community is going to be a positive. So what do we need to do? Don't be an asshole. Try and follow the rules. I know if there's a stop sign and there's clearly no cars, yeah, I blow it too. But guys, let's use our brain. Let's try and not do anything ridiculously against the law. Let's try and keep the cars happy, guys. Let's try and not generate any more hate towards us than we already have. There have been plenty of people that are killed on the road, and we do not want to have these cars more angry at us than they already are. At times, guys, we are indeed causing slower traffic. We are indeed causing various other problems and bothers to drivers. So let's do everything that we can to try and keep them happy. And that way, maybe they never get to that point where they're so fed up after having passed 30 cyclists that day, being held up for many minutes, and they say, God damn it, fuck this rider. And that's when they do a hasty pass and they end up killing someone or causing a big crash. That's what we want to avoid, guys. Try and keep the drivers happy. Try and keep the police happy. Try and keep everyone happy. And then we want to fly under the radar as much as we possibly can as cyclists, not the opposite, okay? So keep that in mind, guys. Hope you liked the video. If you did, shoot me a like. As always, got more videos coming. I've got my playlist of other videos that I'll leave here if you guys want to check that out. And yeah, let's keep safe out on the road, guys. Have a great Christmas.